Greetings from the San Francisco Bay Area. This is Robert Brownstone with today's webinar on cybersecurity when working from home, otherwise known as WFH or working remotely. We are going to cover a wide range of topics. You can see them here on slide 2. I'm not going to read this list to you. It's a very ambitious agenda, but I'm confident we can get through this in the 60 minutes. First, a couple housekeeping issues. If you have not attended one of my presentations before, please learn that I use the slide deck for two purposes. One is for presentation of the material on the day of the show, or if you're looking at it after the fact, and the other is as a research tool. So anything you see that is colored and underlined is a live hyperlink to other resources. So you'll be able to drill down on one-to-many resources, articles, websites, etc., on any or all of the topics that you find of interest in this talk. So let's start at talking about the current landscape, which many of us are, of course, familiar with, if not all of us. Things accelerated in terms of remote work and working from home because of the pandemic. Articles on this page are designed to give you some background on trends that you may not be aware of and the kind of ways that organizations, including the federal government, are coming up with processes and trainings and other issues to try to address what we're losing in terms of the interpersonal contact, especially for young people, young adults, and college students, etc. Anyone who is doing any kind of work remotely without the personal contact or without the degree of personal contact that would be ideal is definitely having a harder time in my experience anecdotally and what I keep abreast of in my readings. In addition, these have had a great impact on law practice, these being the current conditions. These articles linked off of slide 4 talk about some of the issues that have come up in the legal world, which I believe some or all of you attendees are in. The one issue is that the law firms and legal departments that have been less agile and less quick to adjust to the new reality of people expecting to be able to work remotely are perhaps losing people in the job market to law firms and companies that are more modernized or were better positioned in terms of technology and experience when the pandemic hit 2 years ago. And then we've got all kinds of issues dealing with lawsuits and the like. The fact that some trials are being conducted remotely, aka virtually, has resulted in a number of incidents of folks who are supposed to be paying attention as jurors, vaping, eating, even sleeping. If you want to learn more about that, you can read that article by Ms. Morris. Another interesting topic that we'll touch on in section 3 below more broadly is, what about remote depositions? Is there some kind of implied consent to people recording the deposition? They could be recording it in Zoom or whatever platform the call, so to speak, the video call is taking place in. This ALM article makes a number of interesting points. It focuses a bit on New York law and New York civil practice, but also on various different rules around the country about recording people in calls in general. One of the points that makes, which is a really good one, is basically we're all carrying around recorders with us all the time. Our smartphones could be used. Someone could be recording in that way any and everything that's going on screen and from the audio, whether or not the Zoom or other video call platform has been set to record what's going on. The other point it makes that we will most certainly come back to in section 3 is the overall notion that some states, it is a minority, but some states across the country have rules such as the following: that you have to have the consent of everyone before you record any sort of call, before you make any kind of audio recording. That's true of California, which is one of the states where I practiced for decades. The other one is New York. The issue there is, well, what if some people are in a strict state like California, or even one person is on the call? What if the deposition is being taken by or of someone in a strict state.